Hi everyone, it's Miss Jensen. I'm here today to talk about writing your procedures for your science fair experiment. In your experiment, you have to provide us with the directions or how you actually did the experiment. So in order to do that and make sure that process is detailed and repeatable by others, you need to follow and make sure you have several steps within your procedure. So first thing you need to make sure that you have is that you've included the description and amounts of all materials used and how much of that material is used within each step. Secondly, you need to make sure that your directions can be understood and repeated by anyone else without help. So to do this, you might have someone else review your directions and see if they can also do the experiment the same way you did it. You also need to make sure that you have numbered your directions, your procedures, in the correct order. So make sure you're telling me what is the first step, what's the second step, what's the third step. They should all be in numerical order. You also need to make sure that you have described how the independent variable will be changed. So how is it changed? When is it changed? What step do I change it? What do I change it to? Those are all questions that should be answered by your procedures. You also need to explain what is being measured. What do I need to measure from this point to this point? What am I measuring? How am I measuring it? What units do I need to use to measure it? Centimeters, cups, ounces? What am I using to measure? You also need to explain how to measure the resulting change in the dependent variable. So if you're measuring something that's supposed to change over time, how is that being measured? How is that being calculated? All right. Is there something I have to do to get the measurement that I need for this experiment? You also need to explain how the control variables are kept the same. So for every experiment, there are things that cannot change between your trials to ensure that you are getting accurate results. So you also need to explain within your procedures how you're keeping the controls the same. Are you doing something at the same time every day? Are you using the same place every day? And that is all information that should be answered in your procedures. You additionally need to be specific about how many times you intend to repeat your experiment. Remember, an experiment must be repeated at minimum 3 times, but you can repeat it more than that, but you have to be specific in how that is being repeated. You also need to make sure you use proper spelling, complete sentences, and punctuation. This is a standard for writing across the board. So make sure you are following all these steps and that you can answer yes to all these things within your procedures. You have to have all this in order to receive a mastery on your procedures for your science fair experiment. If you have questions, please contact your science teacher. We cannot help you unless you ask questions, and we are happy to help. You just need to contact your teacher.